Hi and welcome to Ministry Hacks. Over the last little while I've been reading through this book, The Manual by Al Stewart. It's a book I've been looking forward to reading for some time. I know Al, I know how much research he's put into this, and it's a great book so far. Haven't finished it, I'm sure there will be a review to come. But it got me thinking about how we think about masculinity. How do we think about men? What I realized is that we need to be thinking about men on three different levels. The first is that men are human. And because we're human, according to the Bible, we're sinful. We get things wrong. We hurt those around us. Now, this is sometimes expressed in our culture by a thing called toxic masculinity. That's where men are misusing their masculinity. Now, it's not that all men are toxic, or that they're toxic because they're men. They're toxic because they're sinful. And now it is unique to men, but it does mean that it means that men who are toxic need Jesus. They need to know what it means to follow Jesus. And so toxic masculinity doesn't come out of masculinity, it comes out of our sinfulness. And that's because men are human beings. But men are men, and that's part of who we are, and that's what we are called to do. What is it particularly that men should be doing? What's the character? And that's the second level I want us to look at, is this character of what it means to be a man. Well, in Al's book, the way that he summarizes it is this. Healthy masculinity is a willingness to take responsibility and use power to care for and nurture those around you. So that is, we use our strength to protect, not to denigrate, not to pull down, but to protect and to nurture. I think that's what Paul was writing about when he wrote at the end of 1 Corinthians. It's a funny little verse, and I think, let me use the Holman, because I think that kind of sums it up well. Be alert, stand firm in the faith, act like a man, be strong. Now, it's not to say that women shouldn't do this, but it is saying that men's job is to protect and to use their strength to protect. Now, before you start writing all the comments in the comment section about how I'm a misogynist and how this is just so terrible, I want you to do a quick little social experiment. And I got this from a guy who isn't even a Christian. What happens, when you're in a room of people, one day, I just want you to ask, put your hand up if you've ever felt unsafe in the last month. If you've ever felt like you've been walking along and you want to look over your shoulder because you're just not feeling, someone might be following you, or you're feeling insecure, you're not feeling safe. Put your hand up. Right. Then I want you to do is to ask, if you're a man, put your hand down. And what you will find is 80% of the people who put their hand up are women. Because women need to be protected. Why do they need to be protected? Usually because of toxic masculinity, because men are sinful. But godly men should be standing up against this. Godly men should be using their strength to protect. And that's the character of what it means to be a man. But there's a third level I want us to look at as well, and that's really to do with personality. You see, we all are made differently by God. I'm a human being, I'm part of the human race, I'm a man, and so I'm a particular part of the human race. But I'm me, right? There's no one like me, and there's no one like my personality. And so sometimes what we do is we think that men need to be like this. So they need to be, they need to be rough, and they need to watch football or drink beer or do whatever it is. And actually, no, different people have different personalities, and how they'll express that character of nurture and protect might be different because of the personality they've been given. Now, this is really important because in the world of modern identity, what happens is that men who might be seen as, by the world, as more effeminate, they're going, well, you're obviously more like a woman, so you need to transition into becoming a woman. And they're going, well, actually, no, it's just my personality is just a little different, and my personality might be a bit more effeminate, but my character is, I still want to be a man. I still want to be a godly man. So we've got to make sure we don't confuse personality and character when it comes to being men.